Welcome everybody to the Sprunk Xtreme One Cup, round 2 of season 3. This is the Indy 500 track. Man, we have not only a full field, but we have a crazy bunch of racers. There's a couple of guys that wanted to come out tonight that ended up not being able to make it. So if you think this is crazy now, I think it's going to get crazier down the road. And we tested this race a couple of times, including qualifying, and this thing got heated, and it got heated fast. So we're coming around for the first lap. We're going to drop this thing down here, show you what it's like. SAS Montana out in the pole position. Here they go. They're going to pull right up on it. He's going to make his, I know he's going to make a good launch. Let's see how this works. And there we go. We're going. SAS Montana goes to the lead there. Dynasty's going low. As you can see, we have one guy here today. That's his first race with us. He is, oh, big crash, big crash. Oh, somebody got collected back there. So yeah, there was one guy without a sponsor today. He won in the qualifying race, but did not get the pole position. Let's move up to, we're going to get Shaney. Where's Shaney? Shaney was been racing hardcore today, all day this morning. Oh, we got Alpha up there. Okay, so we're going to move up to Alpha. That's even farther up. And the track here today is Indy. Here's our new guy. He's got, he is going to take up the lead here. He's got no sponsor yet. But we're thinking from the results of this race that the chances are that he is going to easily get a sponsor as he takes the first place position for the first ever in a race. And SAS Montana quickly overtakes him again, comes back to the lead. So we got guys in the back. Shaney is all by himself. He needs a partner here, but even though Slipstream is going to pull people around, oh, loose. Even though Shaney has no partner here, this track has been less and less about the Slipstream property. There we go. This group right here. This is the group that needs to cooperate to pull themselves forward. They don't have much distance to make up. There's our lap. Yeah, SAS up front. He's going to try to hold that position. You want to have that early lead right out front, but these guys are going to be fighting it hard, and they got, oh, Shaney. Dynasty hard into, and that's going to hurt him bad. It's so funny that when we did practice all day today, nobody had any accidents. And then once we get into the real race, it's like accident city. Like everybody's having problems sharing the space. And that's the thing is when it gets competitive, that's what happens. The track today is in the Indy 500. I don't know how close it is to the actual Indy 500. Chances are it probably isn't. But that's the thing is what it fails to do when copying the race, it definitely makes up for with being able to be one of these races for our Sprunk series. And somebody's got, another person's crashed. Did the first top guys just go out? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Big crash up front has taken and left major copyright. And oh, Rhymes is still crashing. They can make up time here, but they got some distance to make up. There's 30 laps in this race today. Should be about a 20-minute race. It's about 34 seconds a lap. I'm going to see how we're got. See, when with Slipstream on, we're dropping down to 33. So these guys are going to hopefully form together a little bit here and then try not to crash each other so they can move around and move up to major copyright. There's a whole group of guys back here. Team Chris has already said she wants to give up the series because she's having some issues. So we'll see how that works out. She's done really well in practice, but the second that she gets in the actual races, she's had some problems. There's Montana and AndrewShady. Montana used to be up top there, and now got some distance to make up. But you see, they're not. You think about it, they're not that far away. So it's like if you get together and start, sharing space, you can make up the space there and catch up with those leaders. And those guys are literally pushing it up there. Yeah, so there's AndrewShady. Andrew's already doing celebratory donuts before he even started the race today. He's going to have a lot of space to make up if he's going to be able to do those celebratory donuts at the end of the race today. But he's doing really well for making up time right now. Let's see where we got for lap times. Major copy right now with the lead lap. The thing is I think unlike when slipstream before, when you have a partner here, being competitive with people now can actually slow you down. So you want to get into some clean air and running out all by yourself. But we've got a lot of laps left to catch up. I don't want to move too quickly up to the front guys yet because there's such a big battle coming up here, and this pack right here is moving in on Dynasty. Those guys up there are still trying to be solid, but I mean, we're talking about, die loose. Makes around him. So I don't want to miss those little things like that. That's the excitement that you come to see every weekend, weekday, every time you come to this track. That's what you come to see. And there's Andrew pushing. Di has suffered. And Alpha screaming, saying, give me some room, and he's not getting it. Let's get these cameras to cooperate with us. Man, you want to see those guys up there, and it's like so close. Come on, you guys can make it. But it might as well be on the moon because of the speeds that were involved here. People are offering bounties. This isn't free roam, folks. There's major copyright. Shaney up here, so we got the three-way again. And the battle is probably going to slow him down a little bit. So we've seen in the back there. Shaney's just pushing it. That's the thing is you can tell right now, especially when you get, I don't want to say desperate, but Shaney is definitely like, he wants that top space. And the thing is the more you fight, the more there's like less space to work with because you're all clumped together. We had in practice today 4 wide at one point. I don't think we're going to get that right now. We're going to get that 3 wide at the top right there, but it's going to happen. And the thing is how are they going to handle it up on the wall again? Taps as I fight for the camera to give me the view I want. Come on. There we go. Major copyright Shaney. We're getting to zip back and forth. We're going to go right back to, let's see, we'll do Montana again. See how these guys are dealing. This pack has to be catching up by now. Phil Field, the competitive players. Greatest thing today. Oh, he's way off the pace. So where's SAS? We'll go right up to... I've already lost track of laps at this point. So it looks like Alpha Andrew and Team Chris have a group here. And it definitely looks like they're moving up. Alpha had the car to beat in qualifying, but he did not make the pole. SAS took the pole. And now SAS is hurting way in the back. And he was our last Fucara Sport Champion. Got a $1.25 million gift cash card for that race as a gift. So for attending, it was great. Look at this, man. This is just seeing them all just kind of roll in together. I definitely think Alpha is going to deserving of some sort of sponsorship for next week. We'll see who he pulls in. If you'll notice, everybody has their specific number. Sometimes it's very hard to see them, but they still got them, and each guy's running their own livery. Everybody's different. We do have a cap now of 15 players, and you have to be 18 years old to play. Oh! Holy cow! I don't know what I'm looking at. That was messed. That was just now we have a conglomerate here. This is just all just tons of guys. Let's look at the spacing here. So Shaney in front with Andrew. I can't even tell. So it looks like Alpha's at the last of that. So we go up to Andrew. Andrew has been bragging about making first place. And can he make up the distance? I think he can, as long as he can race it clean. Somebody's up there all by themselves, and I'm telling you, if I look at somebody, it feels like to be a chicken dinner when everybody's gunning for you. Everybody's yelling their space, but it is so clumped together right here. We're having a hard time even figuring out whose username is what. That's Major Copyright in second. Okay, so we got it. Shady's up there, feeling the heat, and Rhymes takes off the throttle there as he comes into that turn. Keep from crashing. Oh, into the wall again. Desperation moves. Or is the fatigue starting to set in right now? I don't know. We're going to have to see. But Shaney up there is feeling a little bit unbeatable. And I don't know if he is going to have some people correct him, but these guys are fighting it out, I think, a little bit and letting him walk away. That was 4 wide right in that turn. How's that going to fold into? Rhymes goes high. Team Chris goes high. Oh, what I'd love to see right now, really, is some sort of leaderboard. Oh, Rhymes, slow. Andrew here moving now. Look, remember Andrew called it. He said we were going to win this race. Here he's got Shaney Boy in his sights. And he's there with Major Copyright. Rhymes coming right back at him. Here it yells. Rhymes yells inside. Gigantic crash. Took 3 people out with that. That leaves Team Chris up here with this group. Wow, that was ugly. That was just like, you saw it happen. Just was like, nothing you could do to stop it. Okay, so we're going to move back to Team Chris. We're going to have to even review the replay to see what was the cause of that crash. That was just ugly. If anybody can see it before I even get a chance to do it, let me know in the comments. And that reminds me, don't forget to like and subscribe. We want you to make sure that you're around for all these other races and can see them. Remember that we do invitational races after every series called the Pendulous 24 Minutes, where we invite anybody to come in and try their hand at this to see if they can work for the series. Remember, it's not just about being the fastest. It's being the right player. You got to be able to somebody that can work with other players, that you can be a fair player. If you come out to bang into people or drive the wrong way, you're not going to make it. If you come out and you're dangerous to the field, then no, you're not working. But we did have a lot of people that we ejected, and for good reason, and I'm glad they're gone. So that's the thing is we had people crashing into people, and they never are they happy that they get kicked out, but ever after, there's times that you've seen stuff like for Car and Atomic where you see one guy banging into everybody in the middle of a competitive race, ruining it for everybody. We're never going to have that again. I'm going to make sure that everybody that's in this race is both competitive and a cool player. So if you see somebody in here, they went through an extreme litmus test of competitiveness to get here, and they deserve that spot, and I'm glad to have them. Oh, I come right on to see that Major gets into that. Let's see. Alpha, I got to give Alpha credit, man. Comes into his first race, making a huge difference on the track here. There it is. Now we got a single file line here going again. So we're just going to move right up the track as we're going up the front. Is Shaney in the lead still? Let's see. Yeah. Nice dominant lead up there. People have been fighting. SAS still with the best lap in qualifying. And at 33.124, just on the edge of getting that 32. And these guys need to get together. Oh, Andrew is saying he needs a friend here. And he definitely does, because these guys get together. They have a good, smooth track. They're going to catch up with Shaney, who does not have the fastest lap. 33.596, and the two guys behind him are absolutely faster. And slipstreaming their way to the front. So here's two teams trying to make up the distance. That's a lot of space to make up. A lot of that fighting in the back slowed them down. That's what I was saying before, that this is one of those tracks that the more you end up fighting it out and not sharing the space, the more you end up giving it up to other people. And it's not just on this race. It's actually on all the super speedway races, but I think it's even more so here. See, this kind of cooperation that these two are going together, all they got to do is keep it clean when they're going into their turns, and they're going to make some distance. Let's see what they got for times. 33.493, 33.223. So they had the same times before. It's pretty much settled out for the top speed. But they want it. So we'll see if they want to take it. Andrew's giving calls to Team Chris. Team Chris giving them back, saying inside, outside. Big time cooperation. Makes it very difficult to pass when you're in this space right here. Shaney looking for his big win this season. And that's the thing is I think he's got the car to do it. It's just going to be based on these two guys, if they can cooperate enough to get the space back up and catch up with them. But they have a lot of real estate to make up. You can tell that teamwork's kicked in. That's the thing is, I got to give a shout out. When we first made this series, when Chewy, I don't know if you guys remember Chewy. You can look at some of the old races and see him. Chewy actually created what became Sprunk Xtreme One Cup. It was a different name back then, but it was the greatest thing. Was me and my buddy Sea Killer. If you've ever seen some of those infamous fail videos about videos that took out big twitchers and stuff like that, he's actually in one of them. Was actually playing with one of the guys during one of the events that got him, ruined online. And he was the best wingman I ever had. Some real shake and bake moments that we had. And sometimes he'd win, sometimes I'd win, but we definitely had great competitions. And we're seeing that once again here. This could be the beginning of a new team to face off against some stiff competition. Namely, it is without a doubt that Shaney boy is fast. There's no question about it. The question is he going to be fast enough for the length to do this? And I'm actually seeing a change in space as Team Chris goes into the wall there. She's going to lose some space that way. Let's see what everybody else got today. So here's Dynasty. Came in late on the race today, but was doing really well. Looks like he's been basically suffering after his accident earlier. Here's SAS. There's this group. And there's Shaney. There's. And Andrew took it. There's the end of the race right there. And that's how it's going to end. Wow, what an incredible race today. It was funny that we really thought that those guys could make up the distance. Unfortunately, they couldn't. But regardless, it was definitely an exciting race. I loved watching it. This is obviously going to be put up on Sunday. Remember, every race is actually put up at Sunday at noon. And we're going to be looking forward to the next race. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day. Good night.